welcome everybody to round two of Formula One in Vietnam. Today joining me is Ruan Bronkhorst.
Welcome everybody. Yes, like Quinton said, round two Vietnam. We've got overcast conditions, but at least it is dry, unlike the Formula 2 race.
Yeah.
So, yeah, guys, enjoy the flyover of the track.
Welcome one and all to the Socialist Republic of Vietnam and the latest location for a brand new Grand Prix in the Formula One World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in Hanoi for the launch of the Formula One Vietnam Grand Prix 2020. Just a 3-hour drive from Hanoi is Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site based in North Vietnam. The name means descending dragon, and it includes 1,600 islands and islets. Vietnam produces about 20% of the world's coffee, something the teams will no doubt be putting to good use during the race weekend. The name Hanoi translates as city inside rivers, and its historic name, Thang Long, means ascending dragon, which begs the question, who will ascend to the top of the Grand Prix podium at the first race? This new 5.5 kilometre street circuit contains some familiar corners from other tracks in Formula One. It's a great combination of a traditional racetrack, but with a closed street circuit feel with 2 long straights and plenty of overtaking opportunities. The pit building in its appearance refers to the rich heritage of Vietnamese building culture. There are 22 corners around the lap, and F1 fans might recognise the inspiration for some of them. Turns 1 and 2 are based on the opening corners at the Nürburgring. In 2006, Juan Pablo Montoya swept past Giancarlo Fisichella, using the long straight for a slipstream and concluding his overtake in the braking zone for turn 1. Turns 12 to 15 might also look familiar, inspired as they are by a section of the famous Monaco street circuit. We've seen many battles up the hill to Casino Square, but the wheel-to-wheel action on the opening lap every year is a breathtaking sight. This season saw Daniel Ricciardo leading the way en route to his first Monaco success. Moving on to turns 16 to 19, these fast changes of direction have taken their inspiration from the iconic S's at Suzuka in Japan. 2017 saw Lewis Hamilton lead the pack, threading his way through these fast sweepers right on the limit. To complete our tour of this brilliant new circuit, let's take a look at turns 20 to 22, reminiscent to a section of track at Sepang in Malaysia. The fast left-right is followed by a tightening radius entry, making this a very challenging section for the drivers. There's plenty of potential for mistakes, which will increase the chance of overtaking into the first corner at the end of the pit straight. This is Formula One's newest track. We're in Hanoi and it's superb.
And welcome back.
Welcome. Hi, Quinton. How are you?
I am very good. Sorry, let me just quickly add your name back in there, Ruan. For a second there, I thought I was going to solo it. We've been having a bit of gremlins, so if you guys pick up any technical difficulties during the broadcast, please excuse us. This is literally our 3rd attempt at doing this stream for you guys today.
Yes, yeah, we had a little bit of issues before the time. But yeah, we can already see some of the guys heading out there.
Alright, here we go. Noel's out. He's very eager to get fast lap going.
Yeah, both the Renault boys.
It's good to see a full team showing from Renault, Mercedes and McLaren today.
Definitely, yes.
Some of the other teams failed to make a full appearance, including my own Ferrari team. Both of my drivers couldn't make it, and my reserve could also not stand in. So it was quite disappointing.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But what do you think about today's race? Who do you think was going to be your favorite for the day?
Well, Bailey is very quick. It'll be interesting to see how good he is. He surprised me in the last race, and he's been getting quicker and quicker. Definitely expecting good things from Bailey. Joe in the past has also been very, very good. Connor also. Yeah, even Enrico and Noel are both very fast drivers.
Definitely, yes. I'm actually quite sad. I was expecting my name there as well, but I'll see how
Well,
it
you know,
goes.
you're at Formula Two. I was only counting in the Formula One guys.
I'm just pulling your leg. Yeah, we've actually got quite a few F2 guys out here today. Hey, can you maybe
Yeah.
run us through the guys?
So that would be Josh and Tristan and Ruan, of course, is also F2 driver, and I believe Enrico as well. Yeah, I can't remember now.
Yes, no, as far as I know, Enrico is Formula One.
Is he
He's not
Formula
in-
One? Yes.
Yes, he's Formula One. Yes, luckily for the Formula Two guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's actually been promoted. Yes. Yes, he
Yes,
was
that's
recently
correct.
promoted to Formula One.
Okay. Can you maybe bring Joe's car back for us?
Here we go.
What's going on there?
Yeah, we'll do that. Let's quickly pop up that. So Joe's not done a race for Formula One yet. So this is going to be his debut F1 race today.
Brilliant. So, I'm sorry, my screen quality is not that good. What was his contract cost there?
That would be 6.5 million.
Okay, so he wasn't the cheapest or the expensive, so he's falling a little bit like in the middle now.
That's
Mate,
correct.
I think
Let's have a look at Noel here quickly.
yes.
Just give me a sec while I bring his card up. There we go. So Noel didn't have the best of first rounds. The weekend we had round one in Bahrain, he didn't have his racing set up, so he had to, I believe he had to substitute with driving on a controller or keyboard or something, but he was not at his usual setup. So I expect him to do a lot better this time around. His contract cost was 8.25 million, and he's currently
Jesus.
in 13th position on 0 points.
Jeez, okay, but I mean, for someone that, I mean, if you used to racing on a wheel and you need to do the transition to a keyboard or a pad, even coming in at 13th is not bad. It's good. We can see some times coming in now there.
Yeah, Noel's already set the fastest lap so far. That's he's really surprising us. You know, coming back with a vengeance here.
Definitely, yes. Trying to prove a point now. Getting to those points.
Who do you think among the Formula 2 reserve guys are going to surprise us today?
I think Tristan, to be honest. Tristan, I've raced against him in Formula 2, and he's a very quick driver.
And here I'm going to put my money on you. I think you're going to be one to surprise us in the Formula 2. Oh, well, of the Formula 2 guys, I think you're going to be a surprise one for the F1 guys today.
Thanks for the confidence there.
Well, I had to make up a little bit. Alright, so let's see who we have on board now. Now we have Ruben. So Ruben did really good in the first round. He scored himself a podium. He scored really well in qualifying and did a little bit better in the race as well. His contract cost was only 1.5 million and he's currently third in the championship on 15 points.
Wow. That is, and no, I thought I have raced against Ruben before, but I'm mistaken now. Oh, see a little bit of a contact there with the wall. Obviously going to hinder his time. Yeah, there you can see he's...
Yeah, he decided to abandon that lap. Alright, let's have a look at Bailey is going around again, not quite happy to not have that pole position.
I think these Formula 1 guys, especially like, let's say the top 10, are extremely competitive with each other.
Yeah, just apology to the viewers, I don't have Formula 1 cards for the reserve drivers.
Sorry, viewers.
So all of the Formula 2 guys, I won't have any driver cards up for them. Only the Formula 1 cards.
But it makes sense.
Nice to see you getting out of the way there, Bailey. I believe that was Bailey that came flying past you there.
Yes. Yeah, and I realized it was Bailey, and I mean, I know Bailey, he's an extremely fast driver. I didn't want to
hinder him in any way, yes. Connor, I believe this is Connor's first F1 race as well, bringing up his card there. His current contract cost is 6.5 million.
Wow, so also with Noel there.
Yeah, so we should see these two guys running very close to one another at least in the race.
Yeah, yes. That's good to see both the Mercedes drivers, you know, Joe and Noel and Connor driving for
Yeah, I know, my dad's going to be happy. This is my dad's team.
There's a Hamilton fan there, or what's going
Well,
on?
I don't know, but I'm sure he's happy with the team he got. Very clean lines there, so far it looks like.
Yes.
Getting very close to those walls there, just trying to get absolutely every single inch out of this.
This is one of those tracks where you see a lot of cars take different lines from each other.
That's very true, eh?
It is. I've realized that it's like Connor did, like I saw now, it goes a little bit wide from the apex, where I drive tend to go over the apex a little bit with the wheels.
Let's have a look at how he tackles this one. Yeah, very nice and smooth. Oh, and he just got on the throttle a little bit too early there, I think.
Yes.
Charlie Hancock, I believe this is going to be, this is his second race. So he qualified about midfield last time and did it considerably better in the race itself. He actually ended up scoring driver of the day. And he's currently sixth in the championship on 8 points. With a contract cost of 1.25 million. So he's really good value for money for his team at the moment.
Definitely is.
Tristan, okay, so he's also one of the reserve drivers. I don't have a card for him, unfortunately. But I reckon Tristan should do pretty good as well. We know him to be a quick driver as well.
Yes, no, for sure.
He seems to be, the tail team seems to come out quite a little bit when he comes around these corners, you know. It's like he gets on the throttle really quickly.
They're obviously pushing the course hard, and I mean, these guys know each other. They've raced against each other. They know how fast each other they are. So
Knowles just improved his lap time again, dropping it down to 133.6.
Wow,
Really blistering pace.
that is extremely quick.
And we see a car off on the side there. It's his teammate Enrico. Does well to stay out of Knowles' way though.
Yes. So I think Noel's light is on here, so he's not going to go for another fast lap. See Joe currently in third place.
This is Joe's first race for us as well. So he's also at 6.5 million, same as Noel.
Yes. So we've got a lot of debuts actually today.
Yeah. Did we have Joe on screen before? I can't remember now. I think we did, yes.
We did, yes.
You know, my mind's a blur. It's a wonderful place out in there. Charlie's just scored a fastest sector there.
Wow, let's see what he can put in.
Looks like he's a really fast driver on this track as well.
Jeez, no,
He
that
did
is
really good through those S-bends. Okay, as he comes around the second last corner now. Expect this to be a good lap time. Let's have a look. 35, 36, 37. Puts him in 6th place. Rabbi still needs to put it in lap time as well as Ruben.
yes. I wonder if they're just waiting. I mean, there's 5 minutes left.
Yeah, it shouldn't wait too long.
No, I mean, need to warm your tires up on your hot lap, then go around. So probably about 3 minutes just to put in 1 lap. Oh yeah, 1 hot lap.
I do expect to see good things from Charlie in this race as well.
Oh, for sure, yes.
He seems to really be pushing hard and his lines are quite clean.
Definitely. And also being, if you're the only driver for your team, all the pressure's on you to now perform and get into the points.
Oh, that's very, very true, hey?
Yes.
But some drivers rise to the occasion when others, falter.
Yes. And this is his outlap right now.
Yeah, I don't know why I had the menu up here, but hopefully I'll take that away soon.
These things happen.
Yeah, these things happen.
Maybe you were just enjoying the scenery. And he goes into the pits again.
Probably
I wonder
not
what the
happy about
strategy
something on the
behind-
setup.
Yeah. But I mean, as soon as you do your setup and you go on to do your hot lap back,
Yeah, it's part
back from
firme,
A
yes,
comes in
but
and you
I
go-
mean, like,
yeah.
I don't know why you went in actually. His time's still 1:37.
Mm.
It's weird that
luckily took
Ruben
down the
and,
menu
and
now.
Rabbi is still not set a time. I think Ruben's coming around for a time now.
Definitely. Yeah, it's very strange.
Everyone coming around the last bend.
See if I can improve on my own time.
Yeah, you did. 1:36.8. Well done. 1.4 seconds faster. That's very good.
In 6th place at least.
And cracking the whip on that car.
If you want to race against the big boys, you're gonna have to
Oh yeah,
try
absolutely.
your best.
See that flap closing there at the end of that straight.
Yeah. You can see me and Rabbi both here. He's just in
Yeah.
front of me on his first. I think he's still on his outlap. Or
I
is it
hope
his
he
hot
gets
lap
to put
already?
in a time as well as Ruben.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on in that camp.
You were clearly busy.
I do remember now, actually. I was actually talking to one of the, I believe it was the Red Bull drivers who then ended up not joining.
Sense. See, I think this is still you're still on.
Still Ruben, and then Charlie's coming around. Well, let's see, I'm jumping around a little bit. Looks like my head was all over the place. Sometimes these streams can get a little chaotic.
Yeah. Yeah. So now I was dropped down to 8th, and then I took 6th position back again.
No, really,
1 minute left on the
really
session.
nailed it in this qualifying session.
Yeah, he did.
Ruben actually finally getting out and getting a second place time there. That's fantastic. I was worried
Wow.
about him setting a time, and he ends up being P2.
You said you think he's gonna show us what he's capable of tonight. So
Let's quickly have a look at Ruben's card here. I mean, he qualified really well, and
yes,
he even scored a podium. And I believe I already mentioned he finished third in the championship. So, yeah, I bet we're going to see great things from him again.
yeah, for sure. Definitely gonna maybe get a rivalry between him and Bailey going on.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. See Bailey obviously gonna push
You're very
hard now.
closely matched in pace there by Connor as well.
Yes. I'm happy to see that.
And as we see in the qualifying session now nearing to the end, these guys have an opportunity to obviously finish the lap that they were on.
Yes.
I wonder if anybody's going to improve in the dying moments. Ruben jumps back into the pits.
Obviously happy with the time that he has set
I
already.
would be too. I mean, that's front row.
Yes, for sure. See what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a little bit of a shuffle going on here.
Yeah, so unlike the Formula 2, in Formula 1 there's no extra points for finishing pole position in qualifying.
Oh, Bailey takes second place back.
Well done to Bailey. It's the absolute worst when somebody grabs the spot from you in those last dying seconds.
Yes, and that happened to me. Dennis did that to me in the Formula 2 race. Sitting in third position.
So what you're
15
saying
seconds
is you've got a score to settle for round 3.
definitely. No, I'm gonna. Oh, that was
Who was
unfortunate.
that? Was that Connor?
I think it was Connor.
Yes, it was Connor.
Yeah.
Got a little bent out of shape there. He's gonna have his
Not
mechanics
moving
have some
well.
work to do to get himself ready for the race.
Yes. Let's see if I can improve a little bit. I think I did actually. Yeah, you can see my lights on. I did
Yeah.
got a little faster. I was just trying to stay out of Bailey's way.
Right, well that concludes the qualifying session. Exciting stuff. I was surprised here by Noel. He did really well, especially, judging by his stats, and we all know that he didn't have his race set up for the first round, but well done to Noel getting pole position here, and even Bailey. Fantastic lap times by those guys. Also, a good mention there by Connor. Close behind Bailey.
Yes. Yeah, the top 5 cars here are they are extremely quick. I mean, you can see now where the Formula 2 guys fall in, and it's basically the bottom. The bottom.
That's very true, right?
I mean, there's a reason why we Formula 2 and these cars are quick.
Yeah, this is where everybody wants to race.
Yes. But I'll get there. Maybe next season.
Yeah, so we might even switch over to Formula 1 2021 come season 2, which should be around about in August time.
That's correct, yeah. So I think that's going to be a very interesting change in events, actually, because
Oh, I'm excited, eh? Those new cars look so sexy.
they do look very nice.
And hopefully, with 2021 also comes a whole range of bug fixes that we've been having to deal with.
Oh, I definitely hope so. Bug masters screw up a lot of guys sometimes.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Yes.
All right, as we quickly wait for the guys to get their race strategies all sorted out, last little comments there by race controls from their pit crew and all of that, and we should see them all lined up, ready for the formation lap shortly.
see. Let's get us ready.
So yeah, so the race prediction is a two-stopper being the optimum strategy here.
Definitely. I know there is guys that have pulled off a one-stopper, but it is extremely difficult. And you can see Josh there starting on the mediums.
So you think he might be
about
trying the longer strategy?
that is possible, doing a medium hard setup and just doing a one-stopper.
Yeah, I think you should probably get about 8-9 laps out of a soft tire.
Yes. Yeah, it depends on how hard you battle other guys, but yeah, about 8-9 laps.
Yeah, 10 laps would be for sure pushing it.
Yes. Yeah, especially on this track there, you've got a lot of slow bends and sharp turns as well, corners, and that eats your tires. Especially, I mean, if you understeer, you understeer a little bit, then you eat the tires.
Let's quickly have a look at Rabbi's car. We haven't actually had discussed him. So he's also midfield qualifying. He finished about midfield of the race. He's currently 11.0 points. Let's just quickly have a look at who else I didn't have a quick mention. Yeah, that was the only guy that I did not have on screen. So that's let's hope he has a good race today.
Sure, Rabbi is I mean, he put in the time to just become so much quicker, and it's showing. I mean, he has mentored me as well a little bit, helped me, and a very good teammate to have. The last sector now. So what would you do? Would you have tried doing a one-stopper, or?
Personally, I think I would also opt for the two-stop.
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably go softs, mediums, and then end the race again with softs.
With
Something to
yeah,
that effect.
that's yes. Yeah, Quinton, are you going to do this one for us as you did the Formula 2 one for us in Vietnam as well?
Oh, you're getting lazy with the starts here now, eh?
No. I think we're going to alternate too. We're going to alternate.
Is that
I'll do
what
the
we're
next
doing?
one.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Let's have a look. We're getting lined up. So you expect to see Bailey make a cracker here, trying to challenge. Oh, what's happening here
Hang
now?
on, yeah.
That's got to be lag. Sometimes when people disconnect and AI takes over, you have this type of start going on, where somebody sets off before the rest of the field. So I'm sure once Enrico joins back in, that'll sort itself out.
Yeah, you can see I mean, there's times already being set. There we go.
And so effectively, it really is actually leading the race right now.
Yeah.
Bailey shortly following him.
The pack actually stayed more or less the same as what they started on the grid with.
Yeah, so I don't know if everybody was very cautious with those first couple of corners, which is great to see. We don't, everybody don't want to crash out in the first corners.
Yes. And I think also with only 11 cars on the field, there's
Oh, Bailey's making a move. At least having a look. We saw Enrico pull off to the side there, obviously realizing that there was an issue with the starting and rectifying it by himself. Yeah, great thumbs up there to Enrico.
and that's true sportsmanship right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we see Noel going out a little bit wide, giving Bailey the chance to come past, and Bailey is now just sending it.
I love seeing Bailey, doing so well lately in his racing. He's really putting a lot of effort to improve his driving.
Yes, no, for sure.
You can definitely see it.
Yes, okay.
You can see how hard he's currently pushing that Williams. Already half a second gap between him and Noel behind him. But the rest of the field is very close to one another. I mean, this is really impressive.
It is. It actually is. Yes. You can see actually Enrico dropped all the way down to ninth place. Joe being in between the McLaren sandwich there. Oh, and Charlie is making a move on Ruben.
But they managed to get out of that cleanly.
Yes. Cap was pushing that slipstream on Ruben.
I don't think the guys props. You can see they really tried their best to respect the proximity of the other drivers and all that.
Definitely, yes.
They're pushing hard, but at least trying to keep it safe.
Yes.
Joe currently in 7th, chasing Rabbi here for 6th place. Bailey's still well up and ahead, still maintaining that half a second lead from Roll.
Yeah. You can really see the guys, like you said before, they're still bunching up, from first up until about 8th position. Ooh. Almost saw Moore lose it a bit there.
Yeah, it's probably from pushing so hard, gets a little squirrely over there. Enrico's left the session again. I wonder if he's having internet issues.
It does seem that way.
Because he's been on and off.
Amy's really making
it actually
Enrico...
looks like he's retired from the race.
Oh, wow.
His car's gone into the pits there, so I think that's did not finish for him. That's surprising.
Yes. Maybe, like you said, he's just with his internet issues and just decided not to maybe make difficult for the rest of us.
So we still see the same three guys, Bailey, Noel and Connor, leading the pack here, followed by Ruben, and leading the next set of drivers.
Yes. Bailey and Noel is really, the pace is quite similar to each other.
Yeah, very much. They can take closely to a half a second gap between them. Bailey has sort of increased that gap a little bit by now, but it's not by much.
No. And as soon as they come onto the straights again, Noel has that slipstream and he just closes the gap again a little bit.
Yeah, they're really having to battle so hard.
Yes.
When you have drivers that are this closely matched in skill, it really becomes every little inch.
For sure. Like you said, every little inch. And even just the setup, the slightest mistake in your setup can cost you the race then.
Joe seems to be gaining on Rabbi. He's currently just 0.3 of a second behind pulls alongside him.
Yes.
There we go. Is he going to finish the move? No, just short. You see Rabbi having to cut the corner there just to stay on track. And I think he braked really late, and that also forced Joe to go wide.
Me and Rabbi keeping between us there.
Noel's coming back. A little bit of a mistake there by Bailey. Noel definitely had a much better exit out of that corner.
Yes.
Noel is definitely maintaining the pressure here on Bailey.
Yeah, hoping to capitalize on a small mistake there.
Charlie doing really good. He's hopped up to 5th place now.
Yeah, and Joe actually dropped down all the way to 9th position. I wonder what happened there.
He must have had a mistake somewhere.
It has to be.
That must have had that happened off camera. We just missed it.
Yeah, had to, and I mean that takes a lot of pressure off of Rabbi now.
Connor just slightly battling to catch up to these two guys ahead of him, and but he's still within that 1 second, so he can still get the DRS, but he's much faster than the guy behind him, and just slower than the two guys in front of him.
But I mean, he's been able to keep up with these two.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a good job now. I mean, like, he's definitely decreased that gap that they had over him.
Yes. And as soon as they start to battle with each other,
There we go. Noel's coming alongside Bailey, having a look. Gets past.
And he gets it. Beautiful.
Great overtaking maneuver there by Noel. Because he had to go
Oh,
hard
and
on the
Bailey
brakes, and Bailey coming back.
Ooh. That was close.
And Rico's back in the session. I think there is an internet issue like you mentioned.
Yeah, and Joe got a penalty. And as I said, that Charlie as well.
Yeah, the guys got to be careful with these track limits. 5 laps in, and the pack is mostly bunched up, eh?
Yes,
Very close racing.
very close. It's exciting.
It's only
See
really when
Rabbi.
guys make mistakes that you see bigger gaps start forming.
Yeah, and Rabbi's right on top of Charlie, making another three-way battle there between, I think it's Ruben, Charlie, and Rabbi
And
there.
look at how close Connor is up to Noel now as well.
Yes.
Doing a fantastic job here, Connor.
Yeah, I'm really impressed by Connor right now. You see these little packs of three start to bunch up.
This Mercedes is a beautiful car, though. You have to admit.
It is. Right, it's a really good choice.
No, for sure, you'll be happy with these drivers today. So Connor falling back a little bit now, losing some ground on the road. Maybe more, putting the foot down a little bit more.
Yes,
And then Connor catches back up again. That's probably the DRS at work there.
Yeah. Actually, while we were talking off camera, I just overtook Ruben and Rabbi also took Charlie there. Being now 4th and 6th for
Six.
McLaren.
There we go. Now you guys have a Charlie sandwich going on.
Yes. And I've got to do with Ruben as well. I mean, Ruben is a very quick driver.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy to be stuck behind you, that's for sure.
No. I'm really impressed by Rabbi actually to be honest.
How did you find this track? Obviously having to race it on the Formula 2 and then again on the Formula 1.
So, Vietnam is probably one of the most hated tracks in the sport. And to be honest, it's one of the most satisfying tracks if you get it right. Honestly, I love this track. I know people will hate me saying that, but I do love it.
How was your experience, compared to last night's Formula 2 and then today's F1?
I've gotten so used to the Formula 2 cars that the Formula 1
Oh,
cars...
somebody
they-
lost the ring.
Oh,
That
that's
was Joe
unfortunate
hitting the
for
back
Joe.
of Josh there. Sorry
Josh.
to interrupt you there, but yes, I'm actually
No,
got
no.
on screen. So yeah, you were saying you were getting used to the F2 cars.
Yeah, so obviously they're heavier cars, so they feel heavier. So the Formula 1 cars doing the transition was just weird for me in the beginning of the race, to be honest. In the qualifying, that's
Yeah,
why I
because
just-
you obviously do your preps for each week in your category, so you'll be prepping in F2 and
That's
then you're
correct.
standing by for F1.
That's correct, yes. So,
Oh, and another contact, and we were complimenting the guys for such clean driving
Oh.
early on. I guess they're getting a little impatient as Ruben shoves Ruan out of the way there. I told you he wasn't going to be happy being behind you, but I didn't think it was going to be that bad.
I wanted that position back.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe it was just a case of, different braking lines, or maybe it was a little bit of a push shove. I don't know.
It's possible. Maybe he didn't think he's going to be on camera.
I've managed to catch out a couple of guys like that.
You have.
Noel is Noel is actually in the lead now, as we've seen Bailey go to fifth. So Bailey has pitted.
Yes. Now that pushes Ruben back up to
Quickly
fourth
putting
position.
up the pit stops there so we can keep track. So, oh my word, some people have already made 2 pit stops. That must be due to damage.
As we can
So
see, it's
currently
me, Charlie, and Tristan.
Charlie, Leon, and Tristan, yes, all in the pits at the moment.
Yeah, and it seemed like because Tristan was ahead of me, it seemed like I had a faster pit than him. I got a position there. It might just be that we're inside the pits now still.
Connor currently 1.5 seconds behind Noel, so he's dropped down almost a second from where he was. He's got 20 laps left of this race. Got a bit of back markers coming through here. Luckily they will be ghosted, but it is still distracting when you have to go through those back markers.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, it hinders the view sometimes as you go into a corner or you check your entry and your exit. It does hinder you sometimes. Connor's really pushing hard. See, we're about fifth, but he hasn't pitted yet. That's gonna give me, Charlie, and Tristan the undercut on Ruben.
Yeah, Rabbi's just heading into the pits now.
Yes.
Being passed there by what's it, Bailey and Ruben.
Yes. Now, yeah, no, me and Rabbi were communicating over the radio.
Yeah, so you're probably going to be heading into the pits. You've already done yours, so you probably just followed the lap after then, hey?
That's correct, yes.
Alright, so we see Charlie now gunning to get it up ahead of Rabbi. I think Rabbi should make it out ahead. There we go, she's maintaining that Charlie sandwich. Connor is still battling to catch up to Noel. So see, from Noel taking the lead, he has just been flooring it.
But why does it seem like Connor is ghosting?
No, I think that is Joe.
No. Oh, it's Joe. Okay.
You see, it gets confusing.
Yes. This is giving. I think it's actually
There we
a
go.
bit
We see
hindering.
Noel heading into the pits as well as Connor. Smart move there by Connor to follow him into the pits as well. Yeah, you don't really want to be on the slicks after lap 9. I think then they
That's for
start
sure.
falling off and you just start injuring yourself.
Yes.
Ruben still hasn't pitted though. So I wonder if he's going to maybe go for like lap 10. Bailey's set the fastest lap there on mediums, 139.2.
Wow, he's pushing hard, and he made the undercut stick. That was brilliantly done.
He's twitchy. Is he on keyboard or is he? Because it does look when he's steering, it looks like it's jagging. So it could be a keyboard player perhaps, or even a gamepad.
Look, if Bailey is this fast on a keyboard, I do not want to see what he can do.
Oh yes, I remember now. Bailey is a gamepad driver. Yes.
Okay. You can see a lot of fast guys on the gamepad. I think people underestimate what a gamepad can do on this game.
Oh yeah. So Bailey doing really well there to get a 1.6 second lead over Noel after the pit
Yes.
stops are all done and dusted. You know, obviously getting out on those fresher set of tires, he managed to gain another second over Noel.
Yeah, the fresher tires, and I mean again, that was just. I think the strategy was just there.
You see, as soon as you have faster set of tires, and I mentioned this in the Formula 2 race as well, you're able to put down more of your power more effectively. the
Yes,
less grip
quicker.
you have, the less power you can actually apply to them.
Definitely, yes. Ruben is going into the pits now. So that gives up. That's Pocket, me, Charlie, and Rabbi is not too far behind. Charlie's already passed him now.
And Ruben's
That's
finally
Rabbi.
also in the pits. Doing a really late pit.
Why is it taking so long?
Oh, he's hitting out on, he's doing a one-stopper, he's hitting out on hards.
Ah, that's why it was taking so long. Rabbi doing really well. I mean, I think if I remember correctly, he started in 6th position.
Yeah, both are in really good positions here for McLaren. Oh, what happened there? That was just Josh outbraking himself. Luckily, he's a back marker.
I won't be angry at the back marker if they took me out. I'm currently battling.
I'm so glad I put ghosting on.
Because that's where I
Noel
uninstalled.
seems to be blistering fast right now. Look at how quickly he's caught up to Bailey there.
Yeah, that's seriously impressive.
I mean,
he's
he
got-
was 1.6 seconds behind. He's now currently only 0.4 of a second behind Bailey.
Yes, and it's only one lap difference between the tires.
138.9. Yeah, no, that was a flyer of a lap. Yeah, no, Noel just got his I got work to do hat on and, you know, put his head down and did it.
Yes. Let's see what Bailey can do to defend that position.
Josh getting a 3-second penalty there for exceeding track limits. You can clearly see that Bailey is under pressure here. I mean, you know,
Definitely.
the way he's taking his lines as well. You can see that, you know, he's starting to suffer from the pressure that he's under.
That's correct.
And you see that big yellow car getting bigger and bigger in your rearview mirror the whole time. Yeah.
Especially if you know he's got DRS.
That's the thing.
Oh.
That's the advantage.
Beautifully done there.
And Noel managed to get past it and make the move stick as well. Now let's see if Bailey will be able to get back at him, you know, having the reverse apply here now that Bailey has the DRS advantage.
Yes.
So Rabbi currently in 4th place, and that's Enrico ghosting over there, trying to obviously, you know, improve on his own position.
Yes. I think
Rabbi
that
currently 10 seconds behind Connor.
he's backing Charlie here.
Yeah, Charlie's not that far off of Rabbi.
No, he's not.
You've fallen quite a bit behind Charlie now. 10 seconds behind Charlie. You were closer to him a few moments back.
Yeah. Yeah, before the pit stop, me and Rabbi were talking, and we said if we get the opportunity, we're going to try and slingshot from each other. And just after the pits, I told Rabbi to just go, try and catch up to the top 3 guys, see if we
Right.
can do something there.
It's just amazing, you know, some of these. Oh, a little bit of a glove tap there, but luckily nothing came from it.
Yes.
Enrico's still desperately trying to, you know, unlap himself here.
Yeah, shame.
I feel sorry for him because it's obviously he looked like he had the pace, but you know, with the internet issues, he got disconnected and the race got spoiled for him.
No, for sure.
You can see he's keeping up with these two.
Yes. I mean, he has it, looks like 3 stops there as well.
And it's just not his day.
Unfortunately. Seems like
Looks like Connor just got past Josh there, going past the last straight. Ryder actually looks like he's losing ground to Connor at the moment.
it does seem that way. Charlie.
And Charlie keeps hovering around that half a second gap behind him, so he's just pulling Charlie along the track.
Yes.
The Charlie trailer. I think Charlie's going to make the move too. He's really close. This is a good position for him. Come on. Make it happen. There we go. Alongside of DRS. It worked. Yeah, that should. Come on. Oh, he pushes him a little bit wide.
And Charlie
gets a 3-second penalty because of the shove.
He's going to get the DRS on Charlie now again.
Great battle here between these two.
Definitely, yeah. This is exciting. Very exciting. It's going to give Charlie the slipstream again, and then at the home straight, he's probably going to get the DRS and try and send it again. I must say the home straight with this this track is just too short to get past someone.
Yeah, that's true. We're just over halfway through this race now.
There's already quite a lot that's happened. This is a beautiful shot of the corner. I love these helicopter shots.
Yeah, I love that view.
It does seem like Noel is pulling away from Bailey now.
It does look like it, eh? He's just put his head down and he's just not looking behind him.
Yeah. Maybe he's obviously he knows he's got his tires are a little bit fresher than Bailey's, so he can push just that tiny little bit harder. And he's got tires one lap more fresh than Bailey's, and he's already ahead of him. He can now at the same time go in the soft and just stay ahead of Bailey.
Charlie's not letting up on Rabbi. He's still there within that half a second.
Yes. Now we see Enrico disconnected again.
Eyeballing Josh over here. Oh, so Bailey lost position. Oh, that's going to cost him Bailey.
That's very unfortunate for Michael Shea. Rabbi's still managing to keep Charlie behind him. I think Charlie's going to make his move again when Bailey has joined, at least he's joined back. Let's see if Charlie's going to make his move in this DRS zone again. Just not enough space. And we've got Enrico in the mix-up again there.
It makes things difficult when he's all in between. You're not sure if you're racing him or lapping him.
Like, I'm sure I've lapped this guy before.
I know, right? No, Charles seems to be getting into the stride of things here. He's just
Yeah.
really just in the groove right now.
Yes, and we saw Charlie hitting the position on Rabbi as well.
I'm sure Rabbi's not done with him just yet.
No, I'm sure as well.
And Ruben seems to be catching up on you at the moment.
It does seem that way, yes. And Ruben is a very fast driver, but the thing is, he's trying to do the one-stopper. He's on the hard compound, and it's probably almost time for me to pit again, so he is going to get that position from me.
Yeah. We've got a bit of a pile up at the moment behind Charlie. The two cars closely following him. That will be now Enrico, who's a wing back on the
Yes.
Tristan at the moment P8. Not doing too badly at all.
What's the gap here between Noel and Bailey now?
Noel Bailey is 7.8 seconds.
Wow. Yeah, Noel's just been running away now.
Oh no, look at
Ooh.
Ruben, who lost it.
Oh,
And it
that
looks
is
like wing
unfortunate.
damage as well. There's some debris lying over there.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Just as he was closing the gap on me.
Went a little
I mean,
bit
he's-
wide there. Looks like you almost outbraked yourself there.
I probably did.
Could also be because of the tires wearing out.
I think it was the tires wearing out. I could start feeling it around here.
Somebody's getting blue flagged over there. That must be Enrico.
Yes. Or it might have been Josh. Racing point. Seem to be liking me.
So Joe seems to be struggling a little bit with today's race.
Yes, it does seem that way.
And you see Enrico drop out again. He's not having the best race of his life here.
No. I think that's what happens is, and I think this is what happens with what happened with Enrico and with Joe in this race. Is as soon as you make a mistake, you get discouraged, and then
Yeah.
you lose the confidence to just keep going.
Yeah, that's true. And then the more mistakes you make, the more it becomes a compounding issue. So the worse you start doing, because you just start seeing this mountain ahead of you.
Correct.
Yeah. Right, we've got 9 laps left. Bailey currently in second place. Struggling to catch up to Noel now, where he was very good at matching Noel's pace at the beginning of the race.
Yes, I think the one lap pressure tires that Noel has is going to count in his favor as well, especially during around this time now as the mediums start to wear off more. Depending on the tires, you're probably around 32 to 35% now. And Rabbi and Charlie's still going at it.
This is not a bad finish for McLaren if you guys can maintain these positions 5th and 6th.
Yes. McLaren needs it. Bahrain, we only had Rabbi driving, so was the first race with 2 drivers for us. I'm just trying to get it on myself. I was feeling it
Yeah, it does become frustrating when you're faster than the guy, much faster than the guy behind you, but not quick enough to catch the guy ahead of you.
Yeah, at this stage, I was just like, don't screw up. You didn't do too bad. Just try and stay here.
Do it for the team.
Yes.
Alright, so now we've seen Bailey complete his second stop, so he should be good for the rest of the race now.
Yeah, we actually see Rabbi over Charlie Walker.
Joe has just done the fastest lap of the race.
Wow, he's really pushing hard to try and unlap himself here.
That's what I was saying. Joe is a really quick driver. It's just, it's sad to see him struggle on today's course, but this is not everybody's cup of tea, this track.
No. Yeah, this is a very difficult track. It's a technical track. I mean, you've got 3 long straights with slow and sharp turns.
Yeah, and also now come round 3, we've actually got a new rule change that we are implementing. So from round 3, if a team is actually short of drivers, a team principal can actually step in and race also.
That is very interesting. So
yeah, we might even see me debuting shortly, with my Ferrari guys not pitching up for races.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Yeah, it'll be more of a comedy show than anything else, but I'm all for sports. Hopefully I get lucky and score a point or 2.
You gotta live stream that. The guys are gonna want to see that. No, I mean, if you have to do Formula 1, you're probably gonna need me to record the race.
No, luckily I've got 2 licenses for this, so my wife can record if I do need to race.
Oh, okay, I'll just go in as a spectator and share my screen so the guys can. We actually saw Bailey setting the fastest lap just now.
Wow, well done to Bailey.
Yeah, obviously trying to catch up to Earl now. Sorry, what's the gap between the 2 there?
Currently 10 seconds between Noel and Connor, and between Connor and Bailey it's 12 seconds.
So it's about 22 seconds.
Okay, we see a bunch of other guys also in the pits now completing their 2nd and 3rd stops. Joe up to 8th place and he's done 3 stops, so not bad. I mean, he's gotten himself some points. He's managed to recoup some of this race for himself at least.
Definitely. Charlie's still right behind Rabbi. Right in front of Rabbi. And these 2 keep on changing around. It's going
to be interesting to see how they match up for the rest of the season, eh?
Yes.
It's great when you have those rivalries that start developing throughout the season.
Definitely.
Some people rooting for one guy, rooting for another.
Well, I gotta root for Rabbi here.
Yeah, of course, he's your teammate.
Yes. I can't not root for him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a horse in this race.
Well, maybe you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to lead by example and show them how.
Yes, definitely.
I hope they give me an extra couple of horsepower as well, for the sake of being a team principal. I'm gonna need it. Yo, Noel is still pushing hard on those set of tires. He should be heading into the pits soon though. You can see they're getting a bit squirrely.
Yeah. What's the gap between you and Bailey? Looks like about 22 seconds still.
Yeah, it's about 20 seconds now.
20 seconds, and a pit stop is about, a drive-through is about 24
so
seconds.
Bailey's already caught up about 2 seconds.
Yes.
And he's catching quickly.
So it's possible that he probably got the. And I mean, Noel's going. He hasn't put again. So it's going to give Bailey more
Yeah,
chance to catch
I
up.
think that was unwise, you know, because this is kind of like lap 21, 22. You want to pit to get the full benefit of your soft tires. And now, even
Definitely.
if he pits now, he's only going to get about 5 laps on the softs. It's not really, not going to be using that set of tires to its optimum. And again, Bailey sits the fastest lap.
Wow. He is just.
Look at that, he's already gained another second. He's
Yes.
gaining a second lap on Connor.
Well, maybe. Yeah, on Connor, and then I think Noel might be looking for a one-stop soft medium. I mean, if he can keep this pace up, even as the tires get older, he might actually be able to.
Very nicely done. We see Josh getting past Enrico there for 10th place.
Yeah.
That's some points for Josh.
You can see Josh's light is on, so he's not in the race right now. Not giving Enrico the chance to get past him as he won't be able to defend as well.
That's true.
I mean, even with Enrique, he's got 4 stops going on there. I mean, that's 2 more than Josh, and he's just behind Josh, and he's keeping up. And that's if he doesn't disconnect again. It's very unfortunate if something like that happens. I mean, Bailey, it does look like Bailey is now within 7 seconds from Connor.
Yeah, that's true. He's constantly just catching. Got about
Yes.
2 seconds almost from that last lap.
Yeah.
And Bailey's pace in this last stint is amazing.
Definitely. See, I do think Noel is going to try for that one stop. I mean, to pit now with 4 laps left, it's not going to be wise. I mean, what you're going to get 3 laps out of softs.
Yeah, that's true. No, I doubt he'll pit now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten himself a comfortable buffer,
Yes,
but not enough to really buffer a pit stop.
that's correct. And if I see correctly, Connor's also only got 1 pit in.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's trying to do the same as Noel there.
And you can see Bailey is catching it constantly. He's already taken out another second out of Connor from this lap alone.
Yes, I mean, he's got 3.5 laps left, almost 3, and Connor and Noel's tires are just going to get older and older, and he's going to be able to catch them faster and faster. Wow, he is just going.
Flying.
It seems like Charlie has pulled away from Rabbi quite.
Yeah, it's about 9 seconds
Comfortably.
almost now. Rabbi's finally let him go.
Yeah. I see that way.
Bailey now down to 5.6 seconds.
Sure.
He's going to be on poor Connor there within the next 2 laps, I reckon.
Yeah, I do.
This is going to come down to like the last lap.
Yes. I wonder if he'll be. Oh, we see a yellow flag there in sector 3.
No, that cleared itself up pretty quickly. Noel still comfortably leading with 9.5 seconds to Connor, and Connor to about 5 seconds to Bailey. Josh being a blue flag, yeah. You see Noel chasing back up on him. Got both of the Renaults there, so it's a little confusing, but one is Enrico, who's also being lapped, and then the other one is who's the race leader.
That's correct.
So So the one behind Josh now is actually Joel Noel. So he now needs to move aside to make room for Noel. He can't be holding him up for the entire time because he is currently being blue flagged.
I think what the guys do is if they back runners, they just wait for the guys to go through them.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, normally according to the rules, you know, when you start getting blue flagged, you need to move aside.
That's correct, yes. Tristan trying to race me here. He's had some action.
Nobody likes being lapped.
Yes.
You did really good in this race though, yeah?
Thank you. Yes.
I think you were actually the top Formula 2 driver.
It does seem that way, yeah.
So
Maybe
I was good in my prediction then. I was good to suck up to you a little bit there at the beginning of the race.
You chose the right one.
I chose the right horse to back.
Yes.
Right, so Bailey's now brought it back down to 3.6 seconds.
On the
Only 2
second
laps
not
left.
bad.
Bailey's very quick here through these S-bends. I noticed he catches quite a bit to Connor through these S-bends.
Yes.
He's already gotten 0.3 of a second on Connor again, just from that sector.
Do you think you'll be able to catch up to Nola as well in this last 2 laps?
No, for sure not. I mean, I think you'll be able to catch Connor, but there's no ways he can catch 8 seconds in one lap. It's just not going to happen unless Noel makes a mistake. I think the best Bailey can hope for is maybe second place here. But he's definitely should be able to salvage a podium.
Yeah, no, he's definitely top 3. I mean, even if he can't get past Connor.
But I mean, what a value! Look, he's right up on Connor right now.
Yes.
Both of the 2 front guys opting to only go for the 1 stop, which is ill-advised by us commentators. But Bailey's chose the rational approach to this, and you can see the pace difference.
Definitely, yes. I mean, the 1 stop at that by off for no. And Connor was able, I mean, this is the second last lap. He's still, what the heck is going on there? Josh reversing onto the track.
Yeah.
Josh is struggling with that hairpin turn there.
Some more guys getting blue flag. Get out the way, get out the way. Second last lap here.
Enrico getting
Connor getting past Enrico there. I think Connor also realizing some urgency here as he realizes that Bailey is only 1.5 seconds, 1.3 seconds now behind him on the last lap.
That's correct.
And Bailey's getting very quickly. He's already gotten 0.3 of a second just on that finishing straight.
So we're going to see a battle on the last lap between Connor and Bailey. I think it's going to be exciting. Both guys are going to push hard now.
0.8 of a second now.
Yeah, he's got the DRS.
Look at how quickly Bailey is catching up. 0.4, 0.3.
He's going to have him on the next straight. Next DRS.
Fastest sector there as well by Bailey. Really pushing hard for this spot, eh?
Yes.
Great view here from his cockpit.
Yes.
You can see him reeling in Connor there. And she's going to be close enough to peek past him here on this. He's still a little bit far behind. He's going to have a sneaky peek, but it's not close enough.
Goes on the outside. Let's see. Switcheroo.
Not going to be able to. Might have another look. Oh, what is Ruben doing here? You see, he's in his rights to get, to come past Bailey to unlap himself, but it kind of interferes with the leading battle there at the moment.
Yes.
Would probably have been better for him to just hang back a little bit, just out of respect.
That's true. I mean, trying to unlap yourself within the last lap is also not.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so the race comes to an end. Congratulations to Noel winning the Vietnam Grand Prix. Connor coming in at second, closely followed by Bailey. Well done to you boys. Charlie having a great debut race here as well for us on 4th place. And Josh got disqualified. Oh no, he probably went the wrong way somewhere.
Yeah, it's possible.
Oh, that's unfortunate for old Josh.
Yes. I think he also really struggled with this track.
Oh yeah.
Ruben retired. He left the session. Rabbi coming in. I'm proud of McLaren in this race.
5th and 6th is a very good showing here by the McLaren boys. You guys can be proud.
Especially one of us being a reserve driver.
Oh, for sure. Now you did get to stand in for your team here today. Well done, Lauren.
Cool. Thanks. It's a pleasure. I almost didn't make it. But I
Almost
did.
didn't make it. Yeah. Wifey duties.
Yeah, wife duties.
We're just waiting for Tristan to cross the line still. There we go. And driver of the day. Let's see, who would that be? Oh, Runan got driver of the day. Well done to you,
What?
man.
I did not expect that.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Thank
What
you.
a drive.
Yeah, that was fun. To see Noel there taking first position, that was just incredible.
Great celebration there by Noel. Very happy to get his first win of the season. That's always a great benchmark for the season, you know, once you can get that tick mark marked off.
For sure, yeah. And Connor and Bailey giving us a lot of entertainment with a few battles
Oh, yeah,
going on.
for sure. I definitely think we will be seeing a lot more battles between those three guys for the rest of the
I
season.
look forward to that.
Bailey scoring the fastest lap, so he'll be getting the bonus point for this race. Right, so that concludes the race. Let's have a quick look at the leaderboards. As I bring up the leaderboard for the F1, you can quickly talk us through this again, Ron. Let me just quickly take the...
Yes, so currently we see Bailey there with 26 points. 1 point behind him is Noel and the Renault. Then we've got Pedro, 25 points, tied up with Enrique Noel there. We've got Ruben and Charlie, Anthony, and just wait for this thing to come back. Connor, V, Rabbi, and then me. So we've got McLaren in 9th and 10th position currently there. And
Well
Mercedes in 7th and 8th position. Very well
Right,
done.
let's have a
The
look
two
at
hard
page
cars also
2.
doing very well. Page 2, we've got Bernardo for Racing Point, Enrico there for Renault, we've got Joe, and Muhammad, obviously the reserve drivers for Mercedes. That's why we see 4 cars for Mercedes there. We've got Tristan filling in there, and ending off the points, it's Sven for your team there, Ferrari.
Yes, unfortunately Sven's also retired for the season, but yeah, at least he got me 1 point.
He got 1 point, at least you on the board.
Yes, I believe the constructors chair. Oh, hang on, just 1 second. Is that the correct standings? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, so
correct,
Haas is currently leading on 43 points. Followed closely by my dad's team, Mercedes on 36. Renault for third place in 30 points. Then we got Williams on 28, Alpha Tauri in 21, Alfa Romeo on 20, McLaren with you and Rabbi on 18, Racing Point on 7, my team on 1 point. So Sven scored us our only point for the season so far. This is so sad for me. Hopefully we'll be able to turn things around with the next 9 races coming up.
Yes.
Definitely hurts me to see Ferrari so far down.
That is very sad. I just like there's quite a the teams are quite close. I mean, Renault and Williams are 2 points away from each other. Alfa Romeo, Alfa Tauri, and McLaren are like 3 points away
Yeah,
from each other.
it's
So
going to be interesting to see who wins the battle of the midfielders.
definitely, it's going to be. I'm excited to see that evolve.
All right, so that is it for the evening's presentation, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again at the end of this month on the 30th and on the 1st of May. We'll
At
have
China.
the race in China. That's correct, round 3 in
Yes.
China.
Probably another wet race.
Most likely. All right, guys,
Yes.
that's it from us. Good night and have a good evening. Bye.
Good night. Bye bye.
Over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hang